Come on. Boof. Yeah. Oh, the titties are sore, baby. Woo. What is up, YouTube? We are back. I was an absolute degenerate with food yesterday at the Super Bowl. I had cookies. I made some buffalo chicken dip that I devoured. I made some spinach artichoke dip that I devoured. My parents made some chili, devoured. We had some chicken fried rice, devoured. Everything in sight was devoured, and my body is feeling it today. Oh my God, bro. I woke up this morning, and I was despised by food. It made me wanna, man, did not feel great today. So just getting moving. Still got an upper body day, still gonna rip. We got 3 rep maxes on the bench this week. Gonna rip those. Not feeling as poppy, but the elbow's been feeling decent, so that's been nice with the bench press. Building that back up, building strength back up there. Maybe push for a new bench PR here in a couple months, which would be sweet to build that back up. Then we got a bunch of spinal moves today, move a bunch today, overhead throws, and kind of just crush it from there. So should be a pretty fun day, good little pump. It's probably something, we always start off Mondays. First day back, regardless of what it is, I will have our athletes start with an upper body lift. I think coming back from a weekend, I've just been seeing so many shit shows where you start with a lower body day, you get nothing out of them. Their bodies are just not ready. And if I had to go rip a lower body day today, I could get it done, but it just wouldn't be as good as if we just ripped it on Tuesday, the next day. So that's traditionally our split. That's why we do Mondays for upper body. Get the body moving, get a pump in, get a stim in. If you're really down bad, it's a good day to be down bad for. You can get a pump in, you can feel good, you don't have to dread anything. And if you're feeling great, you set PRs and do everything like that as well, and you still have Tuesday. So treat it a little bit more like a primer in quotations for our Tuesday workout for that lower body, just to get us back moving. So let's do it, let's rip, boom. All right, finish up the majority of our warm-up sets. We're going to hit 3 rep maxes. So 3 rep max, slight incline. We got 1 plate underneath this bench. Feel a little bit more chest than tricep on these, which is a good feeling for me, but definitely not as strong of a bench press here. But we're probably gonna go 275, 285, 295 maybe for our triples today and see how that feels. But let's rip, let's do it. Come on. Whew. Whew. Come on. Boof. Yeah. Oh, the titties are sore, baby. Woo. With those bench press, we're gonna hit some of these javelin stretches. Left foot's forward, reaching back towards our right foot. Holding this position here nice and long. Here, we just got a 30-minute stretch. Oh, stretching that side body. Getting into that hip flexor. Oh, yeah, man. Everything is nice and sore today. Feeling just like an absolute degenerate from yesterday. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's probably a little thing, man. It's crazy. You see where like our world is kind of going with people very reactive, people on social media, and like, you eat like that, like what I ate like yesterday. I don't drink, so like I don't even drink. There's not even alcohol in there, degenerate. It was literally just straight up food being degenerate. And your body feels like this all the time. It's no wonder like people are angry, people are reactive. Like if you ate like this and you felt like this every single day, I would also be even more reactive than I am. Like everything would just set me off. And I think it's kind of just a wake up into like most people's homeostasis levels, most people's just baseline levels are feeling like this. And if you just feed our bodies and fuel our bodies in a better way, I think And not even for the abs, not even for the fucking counting calories purpose, just to feel better. I think we misunderstand how much it really rules our life, how much we feel really rules our life, and if we always feel like shit, we don't even realize we're feeling like shit. So it's probably just a good little thought there with how I'm feeling today. Again, I'm all right with feeling like shit today. Just on the rant that we had this weekend, it's like I knew the Super Bowl was coming up, ate like shit on purpose, wanted to enjoy time with my family. But if this is your everyday level, you feel like shit all the time, looking into your food is probably a big reason there. So let's keep rolling. Then our overhead throws for today. Gonna be here with the Super Cat, straight arms, ripping these up. Elevated the bench just a little bit. The bench on the ground was a little bit too low, but the bench up top is just a little too tall, so I'm gonna have to find an in-between, maybe just a plate next time we rip these, but these are, really like the feel of these. So we're straight arm here, throw one up, just like we got an overhead throw, ripping it here. Oh, yeah. Second spot move of the day, we got this GHR side bend. Putting my hip in this little hip crease, locking my feet here. Just grabbing, bending here. Oh, nice deep breaths. This one feels fucking amazing. When you lock the feet and hip in here, the hip just feels like a much better stretch than when you're standing straight up. Just gonna hit 10 of these. I did 2-hour car ride that we just got out of. And again, this is just baby micro movements for the spine that when you're in the car all day can be really nice. If you're in the office all day, just nice and simple in between your big lifts you can add in. Make you feel way better. That's a good one. It's not even that much range of motion compared to when you're standing, but locking those hips in makes it a total game changer here. Coming here. All right, and then I can't tell if it's because it's this variation and I feel like a little weak bitch. Never really done the one plate elevated, so I can't imagine it would make that much of a difference for me, but it felt like I got absolutely bodied on that last bench there. So I don't know if it's because the body's fucking beat up or the variation, probably a combination of both, but we're gonna hit some more volume with the slingshot press just to save the ego. So slingshot press down here, pulling down, slingshot you out of the hole. Still, the bench, it makes the bench press pretty tough. It's different than you would think. You would think you would just throw this thing on and trampoline it up. But if you don't keep tight there, this thing kind of fucking bodies you. So I wouldn't really recommend this for most athletes just because they're not going to be strong enough. Keep that slingshot out, come back up. But for more advanced athletes, this is a fun variation and a good way to kind of just overload that bench press and save your ego. So here we go. Let's go. All right, we'll do one more rep there. All right. Got a little intersect orange. Tastes fucking good. It's like one of those blood oranges. A little dark orange. It's good. The best intersect workout fuel you can have. Hydrating, pumpy, just amazing. I'm gonna finish this. We're gonna rip that. Then we're gonna get to some accessories. Hands nice and greasy. It's basically like chalk. The bar won't slip out of your hand. What's up? Yeah. All right, let's go. Come on. Bro. Really exposes, if you groove that slingshot right, Makes me feel like I do like 400. You misgroove it, you get bodied like a little butt head. Man, that was a good rep though. Save the ego a little bit. Let's go get a pump on. Let's do it. Did a little horizontal plyo today. You can go one-hand punches, stick in here, treating it just like a depth drop like you would for the lower body. So you're getting all that force through the hands, wrist, elbow. I really noticed this on contact with my swing, right? So if my elbow's really bugging me, I definitely like subconsciously don't swing as hard. If I miss, I make contact, I don't snap, snap, snap. So being able to build up these contact points has been really helpful for being able to finish through and get out of that subconscious. And I think a lot of I'm saying subconscious, but I don't know if that's the right term right now. Brain isn't cooking, but where you can just go through contact. When you hit something, your body's used to going through it. I think that's why plyometrics can be super useful, especially for the upper body. So you hit something, go through it. The body perhaps reacts that way, rather than hit something, get used to stopping, which I think a bench press, a lot of the upper body lifts kind of tend to do, and the lower body stuff too. And if you're not used to that contact, you'll kind of see bodies deform. Again, I was noticing that in my swing. I noticed it in hammer when I was throwing hammer. Body just kind of crumples under that contact, rather than keeping that posture, being able to finish through where I want to finish through, or even at slight points where it's like the wrist crumples on contact, the elbow crumples on contact, rather than be able to accelerate through. So all that to be said, do plyometrics for your upper body. Here we go. Then we got these seal rows. I've been really enjoying these seal row variations. Elevated on 2 plates here, single arm here, wrap the other leg around, just like this, like a little seat belt. And then we're pulling up. We got 8 reps. What is going on? Come on, fucker. Chad, if I forget clips on my fucking bar again, I'm going to snap. All right, here we go. All right, then we got some wrist rotations here. Just going side to side, just like that. Letting it stretch at that end range. Then we come back, do some of that rotational aspect into that forearm and wrist. Really like these for softball. This is probably an exercise where, not saying not everybody can benefit. I think a lot of people can benefit from this, but this is probably in the exercise list where it's one of the smaller muscle exercises, right? So this is where you could sub something a little bit more like a legging muscle for you. That's how I would typically program if it's something that, this is where something you suck at. So like this is for my wrist in softball, I suck at that. I feel like I have little baby wrists sometimes. So this is more of a specific exercise to address that weakness and letting my sport tell me that. Same as like that finger exercise we did last week, where you gotta play around with this part of your workout and add in some things that you suck at, rather than just cranking out everything. But this is some of the smaller muscles. This really helps the feel of my elbow too when I'm doing these. Takes a lot of tension off of it when I'm working forearm muscles. Oh my God. This is a 15-pound mace. Whew. This is one of the, this mace would be the one that she calls the one that hurts, right? So, yours is the perfect size. This 15-pounder. Nobody wants this one, bro. At least that's what we all tell ourselves. This thing's a ripper. It's so funny how much stronger the right arm is. Or I don't even want to say strength, think it's more of that fatigue in that left elbow, left forearm from every snapping, to where you can kind of just rip this with ease with the right arm. Compared to that left arm. Woo! Nice. Then another meathead lift here. You got crush grip bench. Squeezing these dumbbells together. I should have told you guys this before I put them on my chest. I'm gonna squeeze them together as you press as hard as possible. Get the inner chest going. I really like this one because I got a little baby chest. Takes away the triceps, so find the 2 flat parts of the dumbbell. And then we press here. 2 sets of 8. Ooh, really squeezing these actively together. A lot of people will just passively squeeze. Ooh. 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 Oh yeah, stimulate that to grow, baby. Woo! Then we got heavy barbell side bends here. Strap up your barbell side bends. That's how you know you're going heavy enough. Grip is not your limiting factor here. 5 reps here, side to side. Most I've ever worked up to on these, I think, is 275. I think a 315 side bend. Maybe it's 225. I'd have to look back into the thing. But 315 side bend, I think, would be legendary. So maybe we build up into that. We got 5 here. Probably have to do another set there. That was a little too light. I was thinking I was going to be a little bit more sore than I was. Rip the other side here. Then we will call it a day and go sauna and ice tub, which we desperately need the sauna in our systems right now. Oh yeah, that's like... Oh. Yeah. All right, that is a day. Oh, let's talk for a little bit. So, that's probably something worth talking about right there. Side bends are something I was told, basically, to never do again when I herniated my disc. Something that I didn't do for the longest time, and I always had trouble with any of the bending motions. And football was kind of my only sport where you're always bending, so of course my fucking QL's SI joint were always on fire. I always felt like shit. Because I never prepared myself for the movement that I was going to be demanded to do. Everything was core, squeeze, planks, anti-rotation. And every time I did that, man, I just felt so weak. I don't know how to describe the feeling other than it was weak. I was movable, I was weak, I was fragile, I was brittle. Felt like anytime spine would go out of place, I could feel it like, oh, it's not ready for that. It was such a weird feeling. And now we're going to rip 225 on a side bend. And feel amazing, like it feels good, you feel strong, the stretch feels amazing. And I think that's just something with our spine for some reason. I mean, the McGill system, I think, has done way more harm than probably any other system that we have invented. A singular person and a singular methodology has done way more harm than probably any singular methodology in our field. And creating that fragilistic mindset in people to where my spine's unable, then you create the self-fulfilling prophecy of you think your spine can't move, you're told your spine can't move, so you stop moving your spine, then your spine actually becomes unable to move. Then when you're required to move in life, you get hurt because your spine's unable to move, and then you fulfill the self-fulfilling prophecy of, oh, see, this is what the doctor told me. He told me I wouldn't be able to move, and then I inevitably found myself in a position where I had to move, and I got hurt. And there's a simpler and better solution. It's prepare yourself for the demands of life, and you're gonna have to move, you're gonna have to bend, you're gonna have to pick up things in awkward situations in life and in sport, and we can do that in one of the most controlled settings ever. That's what the gym is. The gym is, people that think the gym is dangerous it's crazy. It's the most controlled movement environment in the world is the gym. And we sit here and create a fragilistic mindset around what this controlled environment is. And so now we have people scared to move, scared to bend, scared to do things in the gym. It's like, man, what are we doing? This is our opportunity to build people up, to prove to themselves, to give them data points that they are capable. So when they leave this controlled environment of the gym, they go into uncontrolled environments of life and sports, and they are ready. They know they can go bend and pick things up. Their body's just capable. They have proven it to themselves over and over and over again through the daily reps in the gym. And that should be what we use the gym for, to build up our confidence, to build up our level of competency in movement literacy. And we do the exact opposite, and it's unbelievable. And I really hope people have actually drank the Kool-Aid enough to where it's not just to sell something, but man, it's really hard to see how you think the system of not moving can be the right answer. Like, there's no way you run people through that system and then have them feeling better at the end of the day. I know, because I've ran through that system. I've had athletes run through the system, and I was so like indoctrinated, and it was like I wasn't feeling better, they weren't feeling better, we all got hurt, like, and we're still pushing this. I still believed in it. I'm like, well, there's something else. Like, no, dude, it's the system itself is wrong. That thought process itself is wrong. And I think there's a better way to do it. Prepare your spine, prepare your body for the movements required for life. And you're gonna feel better, you're gonna feel more confident, you're gonna feel more confident in your daily movements, and that's a huge part of your movement literacy throughout the day. So, don't avoid movements, build yourself up. This is a controlled, safe environment. If you don't feel controlled and safe in this environment, find somebody that allows you to feel controlled and safe in this environment, and we'll build it up. Again, you don't have to start with 135 on the bar for a side bend. Fuck, you can do a standing side bend. That's where I started, standing, side bend. I'm like, oh my God, and it was unbelievably tight. I remember the first time I did it during COVID, side bend, I was like, holy shit, dude, that's unbelievably tight. I did like 20 reps the first day because Dr. Tommy John told me to do it. Then it was 50, then it was 100, then I started adding weight, and now we're at this point. So it's definitely doable. You don't have to start there. Just find something that'll allow you to feel confident in your own bodies in the gym. Anybody that makes you feel less confident when you work with them, you go to them for a movement practice and they have you feeling less confident. They have you feeling like you can't do certain movements. At any point, you need to either address that with them or leave them, because they are infecting you with a thought process that is going to leave you living a more fragile life, and that should not be our goal. Our goal of a movement practice, at bare minimum, should make you feel like you are capable in life. And I'm pretty passionate about that because I've seen the dark road it takes when you start to believe you're fragile, right? When you start to believe you're fragile, you start to take movement practices away, you start to take movement options away, and then you're stuck. And then life inevitably happens and you either get hurt or you just live in fucking fear for the rest of your life, and that's just not the way to do it. And we need to do better as coaches, we need to do better as chiropractors, we need to do better as movement practitioners in our practice. So that's about it. I'm gonna go hot tub or sauna and cold tub, and then we'll be back tomorrow. So appreciate you guys. I know I keep saying that, but I actually really do. And it's something that I wanna continue to feel grateful for. I don't wanna get numb to people reaching out. And there's a lot of DMs, there's a lot of like comments. YouTube hasn't got that to that point, but like yesterday there was a thing that happened in the Super Bowl, an injury that happened in the Super Bowl, and I was sent the same injury 67 times as of this moment. And I don't want to get numb to those things. Like, people are reaching out because they want to hear your thoughts. They appreciate your thoughts, and they thought of you when a certain thing happens. And I need to be able to stay on top of being grateful for that. So when I say I appreciate you guys, I'm trying to actually mean it from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys reaching this point. I appreciate you guys watching these videos and supporting and allowing me to live the life that I live and thinking the way that I think, and hopefully better in the world with that. So back tomorrow. Let's do it.